Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, 7 a.m. here on the East Coast. Prices of BTC are at 11,700 approximately. All right, so let's get to it, guys. Really not a whole lot that has happened between the last 24 hours and today, so I'm gonna make this analysis quick. For the most part, like I said, we're still potentially either in this fifth wave potentially just starting off, or we are still in the middle of the third, and there could be a larger three wave. The fourth wave pullback could be right here, and then that fifth wave push up could be, anywhere between higher than 13.9k and beyond. Okay, so it's really hard to determine right now, but even if we were conservative, right, and we said this is the top of the third, this is the fourth, the fifth is still yet to come. So the fifth at the very least will take us to about 13,200, or it could take us to 14,000, or just get stretch out to maybe 16 or 17k. It's really hard to tell, but this is all chop. Okay, this is all chop, and it really doesn't determine anything happening right now. But for the most part, yes, it's possible that we could just go straight down from here. Is it likely? Not really. For the most part, I think we are still in a 3, 4, 5 about to push off. We're still consolidating right here because this is still consolidation under resistance. And typically when you consolidate under resistance, what you get after that is usually a break to the upside. All right. Okay. So let's look at it a different way. All right. From the 9,100 low that we put in at the end of July till now. Okay. So that's about 10, 12 days now. Okay, we've been in this nice blue ascending trending channel. All right, so this parallel channel right here compared to this one right now, we've been creating for the last 3 days or so. Okay, so price is really in this choppy sideways area. Nothing has really happened. Okay, and now more importantly, what we're really seeing is kind of something like this. Okay, this is sort of playing out in large part. Okay, so we're now seeing a symmetrical triangle being created. And this you could make the argument that this is part of, this bull flag right here. I would say it's more so a symmetrical triangle. And like I said, when prices lead up into a symmetrical triangle, typically the symmetrical triangle is a continuation pattern. So I expect this, for the most part, statistically to break to the upside. All right, and you can look up these probabilities and everything, and you can go on Bolkowski right here. Okay, this is a very good, interesting pattern site, and you can look this up on your own. Okay, chart patterns, you can click here. Let's see if we can find that right now. Symmetrical triangles. Symmetrical triangles. Let's see, monthly reverse symmetrical triangles. There we go. Okay, so as you can see over here, can be any direction leading to chart pattern. Okay, very simple, right? So I'm not making this stuff up. I promise you, I've been doing this for a long time, and I know what I'm talking about. And you can see this backed up by data and facts by a veteran trader such as Bolkowski. All right, Tom Bolkowski is one of the big veteran traders on Wall Street. I think he's definitely retired a long while back, but he basically saw all these patterns and did data and analytics on the breakout percentages, how long it takes for each pattern typically. Again, these are all equities patterns. So his data is not obviously directly correlated to crypto, but the patterns themselves are nothing but a play of how human psychology still works, or consolidation and accumulation and distribution periods work in any market, in any tradable financial market. So I personally think that this is statistically applicable to crypto too. Okay, so for the most part, as you can see, you could see upward 60% of the time is the breakout, and 73% of the time it's on the way to the triangle apex. So into the triangle apex. When you climb about 70% or so, 73%, typically you see the breakout. And again, we know the breakout is typically the price leading into the trend. So in this case, it's up this way, right? So I expect this breakout to be up. And if we take a measurement of this from here to here, all right, the breakout, if we had it, say, in the next, I don't know, 24 hours or so, that should be about 13,200 or so, or 13,100, all right? So that goes along with our target that we just spoke about over here, you know, with that fifth wave coming in, all right? Now, another thing that we can do is we can create another channel, maybe more so a trading range, kind of like this, okay? Let me draw it out. Kind of like this is what we're seeing right now. All right, and if we pull this down just a little bit, okay, I'm gonna pull this down. All we're really doing, and I'm gonna make this a different color, obviously. Okay, so if we're in this yellow trading range, okay, you can see all we're really doing is moving sideways. I know there's a lot of lines going on, but just focus on this yellow part. Okay, you can see we're going up, coming down, going up to the yellow, coming down to the yellow, going up to the yellow. And now we're, again, trying to hit the bottom of this symmetrical triangle, which is, again, still in the confines of this big yellow sideways trading range. And then we'll probably keep on moving up. Okay, so this is a mini trading range. I guess you could make an argument that, I don't know, maybe this is part of a larger trading range like this. I don't quite like that because there's not multiple touches on either side. I think we'll stick with this one. So in large part, all of this is telling you that we're basically moving sideways, okay? And sideways is good. Sideways is what you want, which is a nice, good long consolidation right here before resistance to just rip on through this, okay? And again, I'm still looking forward to the possibility that this is going to break through to the upside and to the downside, just because the leading momentum has been up. Consolidation under resistance typically leads to, you know, breakout to the upside. So everything in my control in terms of volume and price action is telling me that this is going to break up. Now, another thing we can look at is pivots and volume. Okay, so if we start looking at the 4-hour pivots right here, okay, here's the 4-hour pivots that we could see. All right, we're basically moving between the R2 and the R1. All right, we haven't broken down past either one. Okay, so we haven't broken up past R2, we haven't broken past R1, which is, again, fairly common because these R's or these S's, they're basically support and resistance levels, right? So if you hit one, you expect to come back, pull back to the other, and then bounce back up again. So all we're really doing is just moving sideways. Notice, again, sell side volume, again, declining. Overall, on the daily chart, I would say the sell side volume has overall just been going down. This volume stick right here on Bybit is much higher than other exchanges. I don't quite know why, but again, even though if it was high, all of this basically got absorbed by the buyers, right? It wasn't able to push down even further. And then the follow-up volume bar is even much higher than this one. So again, this was a reversal thrust of the bulls saying, no, thank you, we're not going to go down anymore. We're going to push prices up. And this is a very nice doji or a hammer candle, however you want to look at it, on top of a uptrend. So another positive sign, which typically leads to more upside whenever you have a long wick facing to the downside. All right. And then this is a candle that, I mean, it's a bit of a concern, but again, for the most part, all we're really doing is just creating a big sort of bull flag, I would say, you know, a bull pennant. Okay. We could look at it this way on the daily, right? Kind of like that. This is really what we're doing right now on the daily. Okay, so when in doubt, folks, I always say just when in doubt, zoom out. Okay, it's not just a funny saying or anything. It'll really help you to understand what's happening in large part in the larger scope of the market. All right, and even on the daily chart, as you can see, we're above the pivot. Haven't quite hit the R1 yet, but once we break out of this, I would expect not only the R1 to be broken over the next several days, but I would expect for us to come somewhere close to that R2. So probably around 14.5, 14.6 or something. Okay. Typically what we try to do in terms of pivots and resistance levels is when we do break out from one, we try to go and touch the other. All right. So once you break out of a pivot, you try to hit the R1. Sometimes you fall a little bit short of it because it's the anticipation of resistance. It's also prices deferring from exchange to exchange, and so for the most part you'll see a bit of a lag in terms of prices pulling back right before the resistance levels. All right, weekly chart still looking really great. We have 2 whole days to go, actually 2.5 days to go till this weekly candle closes. Even if it closes as is, I think this is a fantastic close above 11,500, 11,600. Something that we haven't done in the past, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, right? In 7 weeks, we've closed in this gray box, but we haven't closed above 11.6. Okay, so I'm really hoping for this close because then it just means more upside. At the very least 13,000 and then 13.9, and then that opens up the doors for about 16,200 and then obviously 19. Okay, let's see if we have anything else to look at. Like I said, still large part consolidating under the resistance. We haven't quite successfully broken up and out of it. This candle did kind of really just inch its way to closing above it, but really couldn't hold on for this follow-up daily. But we'll see. Like I said, all we're really doing is creating this kind of pennant right here, as you can see. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else that I have on my list to talk about. If not, I will let y'all go and have a wonderful day. We've talked about this. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? I wanted to talk about the RSI on the 1 hour. Okay, we discussed this yesterday. So if you go rewatch my videos, I stated that we're in this sort of fan trendline resistance in the RSI. Okay, so first one was coming down to touch this marker, and this marker. And you could see that we broke past it, but sort of a false breakout, right? So let's see if we can stretch that out and see what we're seeing. Okay. Next one was these, touches right here on the resistance. Okay. So now what we're seeing is once we broke out of here, we're trying to, test this trend line as resistance. Okay. Because obviously this was a false breakout. So who knows, we might go a little bit deeper and then push back up. I'm not hoping we go that much deeper. Hopefully this, higher lows on the RSI kind of keeps up with it like this, and that would be nice. So then we'd be hoping for a nice breakout above this. Once we get past this trend line successfully, I think the 1 hour RSI is going to have a lot of room to go through. And then obviously, as we've stated, the 4 hour RSI, has a good amount of room to go back up again. So I think that should be really nice too. This was actually showing bearish divergence again. Let me show you guys. If you don't understand divergences, folks, come join our Cryptosomniac community. All right, you can understand and trade off these. Sometimes it's really easy to make money off divergences because it's really just an exhaustion of the bulls or the bears on either side, and you get to take advantage of that because most people don't know how to read that. Okay, so the divergence is this, all right? The divergence is from here to here. Let me see if I have this one right. Okay, so from here, right there, which is this touch right here, and this touch right here, which is this candle, okay? This is the low of this wick, which matches up to this white marker. And this white mark, I'm going to stretch this white line back. Oh, sorry, wrong white line. This white line to over here just to show you guys the example of the divergence. Okay, so you could see that this white line touches from here to here, right? Which is called a higher low. This touch to this touch, you can look, is a lower low. Okay, what that means is this RSI is not corresponding well with what's happening in price action. Price is actually trying to move up. The RSI is going and printing lower lows, meaning that the momentum in the sell-off does not fully account for what's happening in the RSI. So that means that, okay, for the most part, this doesn't make any sense. The indicator itself should not be dropping so fast, and the price is not, warranted to drop this much. Okay, so when it does stop and this creates a lower low, you'll get a pushback from it, which is this bullish divergence. Okay, let me show you guys that right here in our education channel, and you can just refer to it right there. Right, you could see where is it? Higher low right there. Okay, classic class A hidden bullish divergence. Higher low in price, lower low in the indicator, right? Tell me if you saw that. Higher low in price, lower low in the indicator. This was an easy candle that, we got to pick up, and if you were watching it closely, that's a nice easy 5.5% gain. And if you are on leverage, that's an even higher gain. Okay, so these are the things that you want to look out for as a trader. All right, if you're in this market to hodl, folks, you'll never learn your lesson, because first of all, you won't understand your emotions. You won't know where to map out technicals, where to sell, where to buy, where to sell and rebuy. And this is really the mistakes that were made in the 2017 top right here, right? People didn't understand exactly when to sell, when to take profit. This is why even if you don't want to day trade, okay, our community is useful at the very least in understanding where the markets are going. Imagine if you didn't have to, so imagine you think, you caught the bottom, say you bought somewhere around 3,100 and you were able to sell, somewhere near the top, okay? That's, probably a spectacular gain, all right? That's about a 300% gain or so, right? Not too bad, okay? But imagine if you bought here, sold somewhere close to the top, right? And then rebought somewhere close to the bottom, and then sold somewhere close to the top and rebought again. Did you know the compounding of this would be at least a 10x multiple in this entire run-up so far than what you've basically sold from 3,100 to 13,000, which is 300%. So basically you would be getting close to, I think I calculated right, it's about close to a 2,100 to 2,700 return if you not just chase the tops and the bottoms, but rather at least just sold, somewhere near the bought near the middle, somewhere close to the top is where you sold, and then rebought and then resold. You'd be looking excellent in this market in terms of gains. Okay, hodling, yes, you can do it, but first of all, you don't know if the market is going to turn on you. You don't know if this bull market is reached the top, right? So you don't know if prices keep going down, where exactly is a true structure that breaks down to tell you that this is a warning sign that, hey, we might be breaking down, we might be starting a bigger correction, and then you think that, all right, well, instead of selling up here, I'm just gonna wait and hodl, and then prices reach down to like 6,000 or 7,000, and then you wait for another 3 months, but then you really need the money for something, and then you have to sell down here, and then before you know it, prices are reversing back up a month later. So this is why understanding technicals and joining a community like ours is so critically important. Not because you want to just learn how to day trade. It's because you want the knowledge to understand what's happening in the markets, how the psychology plays out in terms of technicals, what each of these candles mean, right? What does a high facing wick like this mean? Why are there high volume bars on certain areas? What are these parallel channels? How are these trading ranges, correlating to what's happening in the market, right? So these are the things that will educate you as a consumer of, trading in financial markets, okay? One of the many reasons to join our community is just education. If you just want to learn what's happening in these markets, why things move up when they do, and how much they do, this is all available through the knowledge of technicals, folks. If you don't get that, come at least take my course, all right here, Cryptosomniac.com, products page, okay? And just start the course right here, all right? This is a small price to pay for the amount of education that you'll be getting that's useful in any market, okay? Not just crypto, but in any market, all right? We do trade Forex as well as the stock market, very active in the stock market. As you can see right here, we have another analyst who does a ton of equities analysis. Again, if you just want to come join and even learn about the stock market, you can come do that. All right. Our Advantage program is sort of a multifaceted thing. It's not just crypto and it's not just trading. It's swing trading and day trading and long-term investing trading and understanding education and understanding the stock market, understanding technicals. Also just a great community where you can bounce ideas back and forth, share about your ideas of different projects. People from all walks of life are in here. People from New Zealand and Thailand and India and Canada and America, Mexico, and all countries from all over the world. Right? And people from all backgrounds too. Some are doctors, some are nurses, some are engineers, some are just retired, some are just getting started. Some have no idea what Discord is or what this chart is that they're looking at. Everything, from whatever level you're on, whether you're a basic beginner who doesn't understand the first thing of how to go about trading or how to understand Discord or how to use Discord, how to place a trade, everything you can learn in our education channel down here, or you can simply join our Advantage program and go to Trader Talk right here and start asking questions, okay? So the Advantage member is $97 per month, folks, but I guarantee you that that money will easily come back to you in less than 2 or 3 weeks by you simply just learning, applying your knowledge in the markets and making some gains for yourself. Okay, we don't provide any financial advice, but what we teach is tons of education, tons of information that, as you can see, people have made tons of gains on, right? You can see right here. Okay, so if you're reading this, sorry if I'm scrolling too fast. I just wanted to wrap up this video. I didn't expect this video to be so long today. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of who we are as a community. Lots of people here, as you can see. Very active community as well. Any part of the day, whether you're in the Asian time zone or the American time zones, or the African subcontinent time zones or European time zones, we're always active. All right, and our analysts like myself or our other two analysts like Jordan or very active as well. We trade longs, shorts, options, futures, perpetuals, anything that you can think of. All right, so you can see right here, tons of information, tons of gains from folks who have really enjoyed our community. Anyway, folks, that wraps it up. Like I said, consolidation before I push off probably into the weekend. Hopefully this comes out today, because Saturdays and Sundays are typically low volume. I don't really see big breakouts into the weekends, but we'll have to see. Maybe even coming next week. All right. Well, that's all, folks. Hope to see y'all in the Cryptosomniac community. If not, like I said, buy the technical analysis course. All right. And you will get 7 free days with that in the Advantage program. All right. Thank you so much for always watching. Share my videos. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my content, and I will talk to you all soon. Cheers.